Hi YouTube, this is Precious. Today I'm going to be making chicken pot pies. I hope you enjoy and thank you for watching my video. Here are my ingredients for my chicken pot pies that I'm going to be making today. I need the milk and the flour to make the roux. I need pie crust. There are my little tins that I'm going to be making in today. I need potatoes, onions, carrots, peas, corn, and then I need butter as well. That the butter, the milk, and the flour is what actually makes the roux. And then I need thyme as seasoning, and just salt and pepper. I'm going to be adding a little garlic powder and onion powder to this myself. The recipe doesn't call for it, but I want those flavors in there. And then here's my chicken. I use chicken tenders, and I have it marinating in seasoning salt, black pepper, garlic powder, and some dry parsley. And I had that marinating overnight. You really don't have to marinate this overnight because it's not like down to the bone that you want the flavoring. You just want to get it throughout to the meat. And so I did let it marinate overnight, just because you can just let it marinate an hour or two before you're going to make it. And so here's all my ingredients. I got to get everything all chopped up and cooked up, and I will show you that in a moment. I am cooking the chicken up on this griddle. Just decided to cook it on here because it'll, cook faster. I can actually put more on here and it'll cook more evenly. So I'll show you what it looks like when I turn it around. Now I'm cutting up the vegetables for the chicken pot pies, and I'm going to try and get these all about the same size so that when I do cook them, so that they can go inside of the pot pie. They cook up evenly, even once it's cooking in the pot pie. So I just am going to cut this part first, and then I chop these in these sizes to kind of almost match what the carrot looks like, and about this size. Whoops. Let's try you this one. Yeah, see? All right, this is side 2. You can see which side of my griddle is the hot side. Right now I am boiling the carrots and potatoes. I need to bring them to a boil and then reduce the heat and let it cook for about 10 minutes. I got most of the chicken all cut up, sorry. When I cut it, I noticed it's so tender that it may even just tear a little bit. You can see that like right there. But it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. And this is already so tender that it'll cook just as even as the carrots and the potatoes. So I want to show you how I did it. I just cut it against the grain this way, as opposed to the long way. When I cut it the long way, it was kind of shredding. And that's what I mean about it's kind of just tearing as I cut it. It's so tender. But that is okay with us. Cutting is still about trying to keep it the same size as the carrots and the potatoes. So now that's all cut up. The next step for me to do is to cook the roux. I am making up the roux now. I've added the salt, black pepper, the thyme. This is also the flour, of course, the butter, and I still have to add another cup of milk and another cup of the chicken broth. I'm supposed to incorporate that in here slowly, and the fire is really low. Keep mixing it extra thick. Add this last cup of broth of the chicken broth, that is. Then the last thing I'll add in here is that cup of milk, and let it continue to cook. And I'll give it a taste and make sure it's seasoned good as well before I mix all the vegetables and the chicken in with it. It smells really good, guys. I'm glad I add that garlic powder and onion powder in here. It just gives us some extra flavor. So now it's starting to thin out some. That's good, but it still has some thick chunks in here. So I'm gonna get the whisk to make sure I break all that down. All right, I got everything all cooked up and all cut up, and now I have mixed together I'm mixing together the 1.5 cups of peas, the 1.5 cups of corn, and then 2 cups of the potatoes and carrots, and then 4 cups of the chicken. And now I'm gonna add in that roux, get everything mixed together, and then I can add them to the tins, roll out the pie dough, and add them to the stove. Now everything is incorporated, guys. This is what it looks like mixed in with the roux and the veggies and the meat. So far, this is what I've done. I've added that chicken mixture and chicken and veggie mixture to the little pie crust or the pie tins. And then I have rolled out 1/2 of the dough already to go over one of the little chicken pot pies. So this is what it looks like so far. I'm actually gonna fork the edges to make it look a little prettier. So I'll keep doing this and I'll let you know what it looks like before I put it in the oven. All right, it is all done. They are ready for the oven. I even tried to do the fork marks around the edges. These will bake at about 400 degrees for about an hour and 45 minutes, or until they're done, and you'll see how the dough looks all puffed up and brown and baked. And it won't take that long for the stuffing to cook, because it's mostly everything in there is all cooked, so it's really just warming. So I'll show you what that looks like when it's done. This is what the chicken pot pie looks like when it's all done. It's nice and brown on top. I can smell the crust on top smelling delicious. I can smell the stuffing. Everything smells delicious. I want to see what it tastes like. I'm hungry. Okay, I'm going to taste it, guys. I'm going to cut it open and see down the middle. Whoa. Ooh, it looks so good, smells so good, so creamy. Let me show you here. I just think down the middle, but look at all that good gravy, veggies and stuff coming out. It's still steaming, piping hot. Let me taste it. I better blow it because this is very hot. Ooh, y'all, this is good. I taste that thyme. I just got a kick of it. I must have bit some. I know the recipe calls for dry thyme, but I've recently been using dry thyme. I find that if it's not going to be a long, slow cook, it's still kind of hard. I don't like that, so I'm going to cook with fresh thyme. I'm glad that I chose fresh thyme with this instead. Oh, this is really good. Guys, I'm gonna finish this up. It's really good. I want to thank you again for watching my video. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy your evening. Bye-bye.